right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks for sticking around for the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Rich Walsh. I'll be joined by Chris Mueller in a matter of moments, and we're taking your phone call tonight. 412-575-2600 is the number. It's Logo Thursday, and we haven't done that in a while. I can't really see that. Is that the Swannies logo? I don't.
No, this is the rowback.
The
this
rowback.
Is the subtle dog here.
I kind of get those confused all the time, but they're nice shirts. I have one of those. Not that exact same shirt, but I have one of those shirts.
This is basketball themed, Rich. There's like basketballs, basketball hoops, high tops. They need one for you. They need to make one that's got a bunch of track hurdles and everything else like that.
Yeah, track shoes, spikes. I would buy it if they did. They don't have one. I did buy. They make an Orange Crush, the drink. I'm a big fan of the Orange Crush drink because I go to Ocean City and a bunch of us play golf there, and you drink the Orange Crushes, which are pretty good. So I have one of those with little orange crushes on it. But anyways, let's get to the bigger news before the Pirates start playing in Cleveland tomorrow. They made a trade here today. It was kind of I think a low risk, maybe high reward trade. They got a former top 25 MLB prospect from the Washington Nationals for basically nothing, Robert Hassel. He did have a major wrist injury. I think it kind of derailed his career. But I liked the move. I liked what they did. I don't even know if he's going to see the majors this year, but I felt like it was very low risk. They got a guy that was a potential major star for absolutely nothing.
He was, at one point in time, a huge deal, former first-round pick, part of the Juan Soto trade, has just never worked out. I know that the fun thing to do is say low risk, or it's really a no-risk move. Hey, potentially high reward, but the fact of the matter is, other than these random lightning bolt situations where a guy like Max Muncy turns his career around, like he did with the Dodgers, like they need any help, or Jose Bautista, Joey Bats flipping from team to team to team, even after the Pirates, and then the Blue Jays figure out there's this weird hitch in his swing that they get rid of, and he becomes a power-hitting monster. These are just, I think, kind of shots in the dark, Rich. I mean, I don't think it's a bad move because I think any chance you have to try and acquire higher-end talent for virtually nothing, even if that higher-end talent almost certainly isn't going to manifest into a great baseball player, it's still worth the blind shot here. So no issue with Ben Cherington doing this, but I always try to throw the old cautionary note of there's a reason why this guy was available for literally nothing.
Well, he had a cup of coffee with the Nationals. I think he played maybe 70 games, didn't do that well, and they basically DFA'd him. So I guess that's how the Pirates got him. But, let's be clear. He is a good defensive center fielder, and that's his main position, but that does not mean that they're going to be trading O'Neal Cruz anytime soon. He's not even on the 40-man roster.
Well, the whole trade O'Neal Cruz thing that has organically spread through the fan base, I guess part of it stemmed from a hypothetical from maybe David Todd that suggested that Cruz for Mason Mueller, straight up. I don't even know if that was actually the deal. But
would the Padres even do that? If I'm the Padres, I don't think I'd do that.
I mean, they need offense in the worst way, and Cruz would instantly become their best offensive player given his numbers this year. But they've got names, they've got big ticket salaries that they probably are just expecting will eventually snap out of it. I'm not even sure they do that, but if that's the prism through which people are saying, yeah, trade O'Neal Cruz in that specific situation, fine. I get that. I still don't even know if it's that good of an idea because Mason Mueller is a 3-out guy and he's the best in baseball, but O'Neal Cruz is an everyday player who's been playing pretty well. If it's just this movement, though, to turn that trade proposal into no, you should deal O'Neal Cruz. Everybody needs to lay the bottle down here and think with their heads for a minute. This idea that Jake Mangum, because they have a similar WAR and similar numbers of plate appearances and everything else, the idea that he is actually as good of a player as O'Neal Cruz is kind of silly. Cruz has been okay defensively since the really bad start to the year, and he's been a power-hitting, base-stealing menace. I mean, Jake Mangum is a 30-year-old guy who's a slap hitter. He's a very useful and quality fourth outfielder, in my opinion, Rich. But this idea that Pirates fans have that there's so much offense here that they can just ship O'Neal Cruz off and they'll be fine, I think is really misguided, and I just don't really understand it.
And Cruz can hit lefties now, which is a good thing. You know, back to that trade, this hypothetical trade, I wouldn't do it. Would you?
No. I mean, at this point, the more I think about it, like if that would be the only thing you would do, you're sacrificing a lot out of your offense. And then this has been my big contention with these Mason Miller rumors, Rich, and this might strike people as crazy, but if you give me the options, and the options are trade for Mason Miller, or trade for two relievers who very much are not Mason Miller in quality, but are both like above average to good relief pitchers, I would actually take the quantity over the quality here. Like if Mason Miller's got 2.2 wins above replacement so far this year, if you told me that was one trade or two guys who are each 1.1 above replacement and they're both bullpen arms, give me the two. Like, does this team only need 3 outs covered in their bullpen or by their bullpen? No, they need 6 a lot of nights that they don't really trust anyone for, sometimes as many as 9. Like, you put Mason Miller on the back end there, yeah, you probably make everyone else's job a lot easier because you know the game has been shortened functionally to 8 innings if you have a lead because he's that good. He's awesome. He's the best reliever in baseball without really anybody close. But think about, like, when these games have been lost by the Pirates, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, before you get to Mason Miller time. So I think they actually need quantity more than they need ultra-high quality.
You know, since we're on hypotheticals here, say the Pirates had Mason Miller or a guy with his stats, a guy like him right now. They have, 17 blown saves, and they're, 3 games over 500? How many wins does that add to the Pirates' total right now?
Like if they had
a legit closer, and I understand a lot of these games are blown in the 7th and 8th inning, but we've seen Soto, Santana blow games too. But if you had a legit closer, does it add 3 wins? Does someone like Mason Miller give the Pirates 3 more wins right now?
3 is probably the right number, Rich, because I think I could probably count 3 definitive 9th inning blown leads. I know Santana has the very infamous one against St. Louis where they were almost perfect when they got to him. And then it was just a mess with him in the 9th. They're probably 3 wins better. Okay, that gets you to 53 and 44. Let me flip it back on you. If I tell you instead of having Mason Miller, they probably have Soto still closing games, but they have like a pretty quality 7th inning guy and a pretty quality 8th inning guy. And so they have something close to the Shark Tank where if they get the lead after 6 innings, they feel good about it. How many games more have they won now? Like, is the number up more like at 7 or 8 or 9? Because I think it probably is. And
I was going to say 7 because all their blown saves have been in the 7th and 8th inning, right? Most of them.
All right, then tell me this. What do you think about a 57 and 40 Pirates team? Because I think that team's trying to run down the Milwaukee Brewers and might have a very good chance to do it. So that again goes back to my quantity over high-end quality argument for the bullpen.
Yeah, you sold me. I don't want to give up what they're asking if they are still in the market of trading Mason Miller. I wouldn't want to do that. I'm with you. I want quantity, bullpen arms, and try to figure it out down the stretch. All right, we got to take a break. Back in a couple minutes. All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. This is our Xfinity tweet of the night from Brad Everett. Look at that. Butler pitcher Kyle Castillo signed with the White Sox for $1.25 million. Big-time money for an 11th round pick. He was supposed to go to West Virginia, but he backed out of that one to take the money and go start his career with the White Sox. Chris, I don't mind that at all, right? I think you're better off if you're a guy like that getting your major league professional or your professional start instead of going to West Virginia.
Man, that's such an interesting kind of dynamic that it's an 11th rounder, it's that much money. It's clearly a guy that like they targeted that might slide and that they believe in, but then the calculation I wonder now in the NIL era is he wasn't going to an SEC school where I think baseball you can really get some serious NIL dollars, but it's hard to turn down $1.25 million, especially if you had lasted till the 11th round. Now, if it was because of signability concerns and that was the only kind of number that would budge them, okay. I think there are some guys probably who are making big NIL money as baseball players, and that's like kind of made it a little bit of a different proposition as far as the MLB draft and whether you want to go with the team or not or go to college. But Tough money for me sitting here, Rich, right now, talking to you to say that I would turn down. If somebody throws $1.25 million in my face, I'm probably just going to bet on myself and get started with kind of the professional life.
Yeah, me too. And definitely NIL has definitely changed Major League Baseball, the Major League Baseball draft. And I would imagine it's going to make college baseball better.
Well, I mean, that's what it's done. Really, people complain about this as it's freedom of player movement, and there are just a lot of fans who still do not like that, I think. Even if they say that they're okay with it, they're deep down not. But if you're a fan of college football, college basketball, some of these guys are staying in school longer. Like maybe players that would have tested the waters and decided to jump are staying in school. And so even though there's player movement, you're still seeing really good college basketball players, really good college football players stay that extra year that they might have otherwise decided to bolt because of pre-NIL. And it's beefing up, I think, the quality of competition. So I ultimately think it's a good thing, obviously. I'm glad these guys are getting paid. And I think if they can figure out a more sort of standardized solution, it might actually really help college sports.
All right, let's go out to the phone lines. We got Bill out in White Oak. How you doing, Bill?
Hey, how are you guys doing this evening?
Good, thanks for calling.
So, hey, listen, quick question. If the Pirates were to get into the playoffs this year, and this question goes to Richie, would you be willing to put that Pirate batting helmet on?
Oh, 100%. I'd put the batting helmet on for sure. I thought you were going to ask me to shave my head. That's off the table.
No.
I'll shave my head. I'll do it.
I'll
be
put the
brave.
batting helmet on
All
if the Pirates. I will do this entire show with this batting helmet right here if they make the postseason.
All right. Hey, so
Richie,
let's mark this.
Hey, if they make the playoffs, Rich, I'll put on Dave Parker's Jason mask and put a batting helmet on and do an entire show like that.
Okay, you heard it right there, Bill. This is what we're going to do. If they make the postseason, I'm wearing the helmet, and he's going to wear the mask. He's gone. All right,
I think we left him speechless, Rich.
He wanted to mark. He's going to mark it down. What's today? July 16th? Yeah.
July 16th, 10:47 p.m. It was a pony-style bet by both of us. But, yeah, I'll throw the helmet on. I'll throw the Dave Parker mask on. I'll do the whole thing.
Well, at least we don't have to get a piercing or a tattoo. So I'll wear a helmet for a show. That's okay.
Listen, Pony and I did that before. We had to, each of us had at least, in my case, the left ear, in his case, both ears pierced, Rich. Let me tell you something right now. We once lost some sort of weird bet and literally had to wear dangly pirate earrings to a game one time. I wish I was kidding, but I had like a Barry Bonds circa 1992 had nothing on me that day.
All right, let's go out to Chuck in Uniontown. How you doing, Chuck?
Good evening, fellas. Thanks.
Yep.
How many wins do you think that'll take the playoffs? And to tell you the truth, if I were the Pirates, I'd try to get into one of those three spots as quick as I could because it's easier to stay in than it is to try to get in. And I think two things you got to do in the second half. Win your home games tremendously and don't give games away. Thanks.
You know, Chuck, great call there because you're 50 and 47, right? I think they need 40 wins to maybe secure one of those wild card spots. Is 40 enough?
You said 40 the rest of the way?
That would mean they'd have 90 wins.
They'd be playing.
Is that enough?
They'd be playing 40 and they'd go 40 and 25 the rest of the way if that's what they actually did. I'm doing the quick back of the napkin math here. That's winning what?
90
2/3
games.
of your games
Yeah.
almost. No, I'm saying for the rest of the season, your pace is like you're winning. I don't know, over a 600 winning percentage. I think at that point, I'm not great at math, but I think you'd be playing great baseball there. I think the magic number is 86 total wins. I think if they go 36 and what would it be? 36 and 29, I guess. Something. My math is terrible, but I think it's 36 and 29 the rest of the way. I think that would be enough to get them in. I think 86 wins would do it. I also think, by the way, Fangraphs today, Rich, they handicapped everybody's playoff chances that are like, fringe or better NL wildcard teams, including the teams in wildcard spots now, which is obviously the Marlins and the Cards.
Yeah.
So they had Marlins, Cardinals, Padres, Diamondbacks, Pirates, I think were the teams. They felt like the Pirates had the best chance, believe it or not. And I actually agree with that. I think that the Cardinals are closer to fraudulent than not. I don't believe in that team, even with Walker having a huge year and Weatherholt being great. I think the Marlins are good, but I don't think the Marlins are great. And then I think the teams that are currently behind the Pirates in the standings just don't have the firepower that the Pirates do. Like, I think if they win 36 of these last 65 games here, that they should make the playoffs.
But right now, they're about on pace for what, 84 and 78, you would think. I mean, if you're 3 games over.
Yeah, and I would say just find 2 more wins. Find 2 more wins. Come out of the chute 5-1 here these next 6 games, even 4-2, and you're just. I always say this to people and they laugh because they don't think about it in these terms. You keep ripping off 4-2 stretches over and over again. You just keep winning series, boring series wins. Get 2 out of 3, get 2 out of 3. Do that for a month, and you'll have run away and hid from most of the competition for playoff spots. Like, that's the truth. If they go and just do a month of 2 out of 3s, they're going to be sitting very, very pretty.
So if they keep this pace, though, real quick before we go to break, does 84 and 78 do it for them?
I wouldn't feel great saying for sure it does it. If you tell me 85 and 77 does it, I'd be better than 50-50. If you say 86 and 76, I think they're like 95% plus in the playoffs.
All right, we're going to take a break. Back in a couple minutes. All right, welcome back to Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh along with Chris Mueller for tonight's show. I've been getting alerts, a lot of things being canceled, postponed because of the smoke. I just got an alert from my daughter's softball tournament, so I'm bringing it up only to ask you, do you think there's going to be anything with the Pirates-Cleveland game? Because I was talking to Ray Petlin, our meteorologist, the greatest meteorologist in Pittsburgh history, who just said maybe because the smoke in Cleveland is a little worse than it is here. And I would imagine the Baseball Association, the Players Association, doesn't want to play in something like this and risk their players.
I just want to shout out Ray for a second. The man has the patience of Job with the people that ask him questions on social media or try to pretend that they know more about what's going on than he does. Ray is incredible.
He is.
I checked one of those little particulate matter or air quality readings for Cleveland just out of curiosity because I have relatives up there, Rich. Here it's like a 233. That's awful. Up there, it was 623 about 5 hours ago. It literally just said hazardous.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yeah, I think there actually could be something to what you're bringing up here. I think they could delay or postpone that game because of this tomorrow.
Maybe play a doubleheader on Saturday or figure something out for Sunday. Saturday it could be a washout, though. All right, thanks a lot, Chris. We'll see you back here next week, and hopefully we see you guys on KDKA News coming up in just a couple minutes.